Welcome back to the North Lab Podcast. I'm your man's Mel's.
He is Cliff.
Wow, what was that?
Yo, I tried something new.
No?
Don't kill me.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm on one.
All right, and you already know it's Rayon here, and we have a special guest. We have
Been waiting on this one. Been waiting on this one.
TMG, aka Young Garvey.
Okay.
The king.
The
King himself.
The Lord.
Yeah, rapper extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? This man's been rapping different since as long as I known him. Like back in high school days. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of y'all don't know about them times.
It's hereditary, y'all.
All that.
It's in the DNA.
I gotta bring it back.
It's in the D.
It's hereditary, y'all.
God, that was a callback. Shout out to the Real North Lab
Gotta make fun of
podcast
yourself,
fans.
man.
I know what he's talking about.
I'm not gonna lie. I might have to shoot the fade with this guy because he brought the Dewey. Like,
And his dreads is looking healthy and long.
that's kind of my look. And it, you know what I'm saying? It has more of a shine, so I'm kind of pissed off just a little
Yeah,
bit.
you're gonna have to drop that hair routine right quick.
Just now, don't worry.
Both of y'all on that toxic time.
Yeah.
Toxic.
We have plenty of time to get into that.
I'm really just chilling, dog. Like,
No, you're on it. You're on the toxic.
I'm not gonna lie. Before I usually ask the guests like, "Yo, what's your drink of choice?" You know, because we like to create a comfortable atmosphere for our guests to feel like they can divulge or have a good time when they come on the North Lab podcast.
Right.
When I asked my fellow brother here what his drink of choice was, he was not quick to hesitate about the Henny. Yeah, I don't know if we got the sponsorship. Might have to watch the label right quick.
oh,
But
my bad.
Yeah,
we
you know
got
what's going
it's
on.
Any.
My bad.
Yeah,
Drug the
any.
It's a brown substance in a bottle.
We might put the H back depending on how you
Depending
email
how
us.
you
Yeah.
operate
Watching
and
this
what bag is assorted.
All I'm gonna say
You have to
is,
hit the email.
if those specific people are watching this, give me an endorsement deal. That's all I'm
You know
trying
what
to
I'm
say.
saying?
Us an endorsement deal,
sir.
please,
Us.
please,
The North Lab
Facts.
at gmail.com.
All that shit.
on YouTube as well.
So like jumping right into it, right? We've been listening to some music of yours
On repeat,
on repeat.
Mm-hmm.
On repeat. And we were talking about something before because I've been saying I want my crack.
Right.
I want the music. I
Right.
need the music. And you're telling me that there's something going on. So I'm just jumping right into it. Like, because I need to know.
Before we go into like the now, I kind of want to step back.
Yeah, let's.
I want to go through the journey of
The journey.
Hey, what we gonna do is go back.
yeah,
Way back. Way back. Back in the time.
back in time for real.
You know
I
how
want
Clifton
to
is.
know.
He always wants to
like,
start in the beginning. Where was
Yeah,
your
that's it.
origin story? Let me know the real
All that.
but for real, like, were you always? Yes, I want you to wait. I'm teaching
Don't worry,
you patience.
I remember. Don't worry, I remember what you.
We got
You know what I'm
plenty
saying?
of
What
time.
you would ask and what I had mentioned.
It
was good.
Still.
I know.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
right there with you. I've been asking this guy, like, yo, whenever the drop, at me so I know.
No, don't
so
worry.
I can repost.
Don't worry.
You know,
For sure.
we've been going back and forth in the DMs, making sure that
For
we
sure.
keep in touch on that. I see you doing your
Absolutely.
thing. So going back further to the beginning, I want to know, did you always know that music was going to be something that you were pursuing when you were older? Or did that come to be as you got more in the game?
All right. Ever since I was 9, I knew I'd be a musician of some kind. From when I was 6, I known the fact. Well, from when I was 6, I started writing stories, and yeah, I was kind of an outcast kid. Like growing up, I just like to read books. I like to watch. You remember TVO?
Oh,
Not even kids, just TVO, just regular TVO, just interviews.
I thought you were talking
just
about
regular
some Uber
shit.
food type vibe.
I mean, everybody watched that though, you know.
I
Everybody
tuned in.
for sure.
Arthur, every
100%.
day
Like,
when you're walking down the
I used
street.
to watch Omni, and I just used to watch random stuff. And,
So when you were 6 years old, you were watching TVO regular?
yeah,
Omni?
just yeah, like cause I was watching it with my
Family Channel,
Family Channel,
Teletoon,
BET, you know, YTV, Teletoon. I'm a YTV kid all day.
yeah.
SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents all day.
Facts.
But
Facts.
All the kid channels, Hustlers and shit, you know?
all that. You know what I mean?
Hustlers. Yo,
I don't even know what you said.
You see how quick he wants to accept it though? Bro, that's crazy.
I just said, you know, just yeah.
I'm trying to get a deal.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I've always been reading books. I've always been like a nerd. You know, I've always been like
Really?
somebody that like wanted to, cause like it's funny. I have a really wild imagination. So like from 4 or 5 years old, I used to just think about the world, what's more, what like heaven, hell, whatever, like all different. Yeah, like I just, cause my parents taught me what they taught me, and then like I'd go like go on TV, Christianity. I was looking at things from Islam. I was looking at
4 years
Jewish stuff, like, cause my parents and my family were always trying to make sure that like we had a sense of knowing who we are, knowing where we are, and knowing where we could be. No matter what problems that we went through with our parents, with our family, with us being oddballs in society. Because, me and my siblings, we're oddballs still. Like, we're not the typical, like, I don't even want to say typical because there's all types of people out there, but we're not the typical family. You know what I mean?
In what regard? I want you to uncover that a little bit.
Because, like
what about your
so
family
basically,
was peculiar?
When 50 Cent first came out, I liked him. I tried to I rapped one of his songs in front of my mom. My mom had to sit me down at the table with my brother and said, "Nah, you can't be bumping that." But obviously, I don't know if it was Wanksta or if it was
Classic.
Many Men.
No.
The birthday one?
It was before he dropped Get Rich or Die Trying,
So Massacre. Is Massacre after?
No, Massacre's after. I forget what it was, but it was one of those songs, right? And
Was it his song or was it the song that he did with, like, when he was like with G-Unit?
Well, if it's before, man.
I don't even remember, dog. I just know it was 2002. Like,
And your mom was
so my mom's like, nah, she wasn't having it. And like, so I went back to school and everybody's bumping all this gangster music. And I was like, nah. And everybody's like, yeah, you're weird. Like, I'm just a weird guy. Cause I used to listen to like, I won't lie to you guys. I listen to all type of music. Like when I was young, I used to like, I can't curse on this. Hello?
You can curse, fam. What do you
I used to fuck.
Yo, chill out on that.
Oh, stop
The man
this.
is
Don't kill
talking,
me.
bro.
Don't kill me. Nah, don't worry.
Yo.
I used to fuck with like fucking Nickelback and shit, dog. Like, used to fuck with all the shit on the radio, like, you know,
Red Hot Chili Peppers in them.
Yo, man, don't remember the early
Floyd.
2000s.
Yeah.
Rock music in the early 2000s. Everybody was listening to it. Soft rock,
Park.
all the pop music, everything, right? So I was into that shit, and kids thought I was weird because they like the hardcore gangster music. They like the flashy music, Nelly, 50, Ja Rule, Jay-Z, Fabulous.
Come on. Cam.
Every single rapper from Atlanta back in the 2000s, because the South used to run hip hop. Well, they still do. But back in the day,
Nah, New York had
it was just
New
like
York had its run.
From 90s.
Yeah.
it was like back in the days. It was like every week there was a new dance. The shirts kept getting bigger and bigger, and like and I never used to dress like that. I never used to like.
How were you dressing when everybody's on the baggy vibes with like
Yo, dog, I used to wear like button-up shirts and stuff, dog. Like I used to wear like beach shirts and stuff. Yeah, like cause funny enough, my parents never used to let me wear those big old winter jackets with the fur over here, cause
Why?
every like drug dealer.
That was like for the dope boys.
Yeah,
Same
you know what I'm
with
saying?
my mom.
You know what I'm saying?
Same
So,
with
like,
my mom.
They would never let me wear that stuff. They never bought me Jordans. Like
Shacks. I got the Shacks.
Yo, I got
the Shacks. Y'all don't even remember the Shacks. Like he wasn't like this. He was dunking. And
No,
he
he
had
was
his feet up
currently
in the
dunking.
air.
Yeah.
And then I come to find out the Shacks I had wasn't even real.
saying you went
He
to
was dunking
Pacific
like
Mall, right?
His
Pacific
feet
Mall.
Pacific. No. It's the
Not even,
Payless joint.
Payless, yo. Payless,
Payless
don't sleep on
joint.
Payless.
Every man from Rexdale that knows about Alibaba, big up yourself, yo. We all had
Yo,
the same
Clifton got the shit.
I didn't even get the Shacks, bro. I got the freaking.
Yo, dog, I got the Saucony, bro. Like, I got the friggin' the Skechers, B. Like, what you talking about, fam? Like, yo, I had all those you know what I'm saying? Those runner white guy shoes. Like,
I can't even relate.
I used to
My mom was
Ones that
in-
are popular now.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ones that are popular
shoes,
now.
the dad
Like,
shoes.
Not
the
gonna
dad
lie,
shoes, you know
for
what I'm
that,
saying?
I can't really relate. My mom was in Buffalo every weekend. No cap.
Word.
Life was good until 5.
Word.
Like, yeah, when Pops left is when shit went. Yeah.
Word.
It's like, oh shit, we're selling the house. Okay, yeah, okay. Oh, what?
All you guys know about the Starberries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Remember
The
it
bigger
shows
shoes.
the three the three symbol. Stephon Marbury, like his
Yeah.
his brand.
He went to China still.
He went to China, right?
Yeah.
And like he was making clothes very affordable, like $15-$20, like that type of stuff. Because a lot of kids in the hood didn't have clothes, and mans were killing each other for Jordans and stuff. So he's like, nah, like I'm just keeping it all real. Like I'm not even trying to come at nobody. Like, I'm just being 100. Like
It is what it is, and it's your experience. Because I know I didn't have the Stephon Marbury's, but Echo used to bang from the Mecca
sure,
jeans
for sure.
to the Echo top with like the jersey with the 05 like blue joint,
Talking about the Rhino, like the.
the Rhino joint.
I used to love.
yeah, I
their
remember
sweaters.
that stuff. Echo,
Their sweaters used to
Mecca,
go
Echo,
for sure.
But needless to say, bitches were not looking for the boy.
Oh no.
At like
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, all the way to Middleton. Yeah.
No,
Yo,
Clifton,
don't kill
it's a different. It's a different meaning. Come on.
Yeah. It's not that It's just that you gotta look at the type of females. Like that.
That's all that it is.
Grown, you've evolved.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
Appreciate you.
Oh, don't kill me. You guys are killing me.
Speaking about girls, how much of your music catalog was inspired from heartbreak? You know, tough time with the ladies.
The newer music now, like the music that I haven't put out yet. So Brown Sugar is about
Classic.
Sanaa Lathan, the actor from Brown Sugar and Love and Basketball and all that other stuff. Cause like, I had a huge crush on her. Like, yo, me too. As a child growing up, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was a
Yeah.
Megan Good from 21 Questions with 50 Cent.
yeah, Megan Good, she's another baddie.
Yeah.
But the new music, yeah, it's definitely inspired by like relationships, friendships, and even like hookups. Being honest, like, don't kill me. But like, at the end of the day, like, I don't want to expose people. I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm just keeping it real. Like keeping the raw emotions there.
Just say your side of the story. Fam.
And my side of the story, and yeah, it's like that.
Would you ever would you ever call out a name? Like,
Yo, Ray, stop being problematic, my
True
G.
say.
You see what I'm saying? He just said he's telling his side of the story. Bro, he went to
Nah,
McDonald's,
nah.
he asked for a 2-piece, and you like, you're not gonna get the fries,
No,
man?
you know,
Like,
man said, yeah. But,
Leave him, let him get his 2-piece, my G.
but what I will say, I'm not gonna say a female's name.
no, I'm saying like, like right now, like if
that.
there's a song that you can actually think about where it was inspired from a good event from someone, because we're not trying to like set you up to be sued or nothing.
No, for sure.
I'm saying like, like if you'd be willing to call out said queen's name.
I wouldn't be willing to do that.
All
Still.
right,
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? He answered that question already, but you asked it again in a different way. And I see what you're doing.
the businessman approach. That's what it
He
was.
just tweaked the 1-2 word and asked him the same question. I see what you're doing.
I'll be honest.
I hear that.
When it comes to saying names,
yeah.
my dad always told me, don't entertain problems, don't entertain like rap beef and stuff like that. But
Your dad sound like an artist himself.
my dad's like a very intelligent businessman that I have in my corner, so I'm good, When it comes to mentioning people's names, there's times where I want to mention other people's names, but it's just like they're not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And they know that they're not worth it. So yeah.
So, kind of going back to the point, you've had particular things about your family that set you apart from, I would even say, the traditional black idea of what a family is. You know what I mean? Because when everybody was listening to gangster rap, like that was a big thing. Ja Rule, 50 Cent, G Unit, that whole movement I was pushing forward, and you were listening to alternative. You were listening to everything and kind of just developing who you were. How was that trusting yourself and kind of building your own self-esteem during that time? Because I relate to not traditionally liking music that was in like things that people just looking at your skin tone would expect you to like
For sure.
So how did you deal with that from like middle school going onwards?
I want to add something to that.
Mm-hmm.
How did that lead to you coming up with the thought process of music with a purpose?
All right. So basically, growing up, I was very fiery. Like, although around my family, I was more softer because they got to see the vulnerable side of me. It's like they'll always even as a grown man now, right? But like, I always stood up for myself, no matter what, no matter where I am. So basically, I wore my heart on my sleeve. Like, if I like, emo rock music or whatever at the time, I listened to it and I didn't feel no way. Like, I'd walk into a room, I'd see the kids doing what they're doing, I did what I did. But I still liked what they were doing, right? But I also liked other things.
You didn't let it define you and put you in the box.
I don't let anybody define who I am other than myself. See what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I've always been a person to like inspire people. Like, a lot of people follow, and everybody says that, right? Mm-hmm. But like, a lot of people are so afraid to be themselves to the point that when they see another leader, they say that you are a follower. Like, when somebody's, let's say I'm a follower, you're a leader, I would find a way to make you feel like a follower because I am envious of your leadership. And I don't feel comfortable in my skin around all my other friends and peers. That's a common thing with young men. It's like, everybody, but young men is like, we have something to prove every single day we wake up. We have something to prove.
So it's more so like a situation where, because you yourself are unique in not only like your music choices but also the things that you like, they say that you're following a trend when realistically you're just beating to the own rhythm of your drum.
Exactly.
As opposed to them following all the other trends.
Exactly.
It's kind of like when people who think differently get called crazy, but really, you know what
exactly.
I mean? Yeah.
And it's like a lot of the people who call that person crazy are crazy themselves.
Exactly.
That's what crazy people do. They project how they feel and what they think about onto you. Yep. And I'm the type of person, you send it to me, I send it back to you. I don't need that.
You're not even taking it.
I'm not even like, I'm not holding nothing.
So
you know what I'm saying?
Where did that come from? Because do you feel like you were born with that innate thing?
Yo, I studied my brother. Like, I studied all three of my brothers, but my eldest brother.
How many brothers and siblings did you have?
All right, so I have 3 brothers and I have 2 sisters.
Big family.
Yeah, big family. Different marriage, right?
How do you fall inside the middle child?
I'm the very last, very the bottom, the youngest.
So you had a lot of.
Yo, I hate yo. My mom said that. Yo, my mom said that. Yo, dog, that triggered something in me. Dog.
I'm the youngest.
My mom calls me that. Watch, but nah.
There's nothing wrong with being the youngest.
I know. It's just like when I hear that word, I picture my mom and then her and her friends laughing and stuff, So like,
fam, I'm there.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the youngest.
I'm the youngest too, yo.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
all the time.
yo, shout out to my mom, though.
You got spoiled.
Yeah, exactly.
You got all of the other like
I didn't choose to be here.
Yeah,
What you mean, dog? Yo,
thanks.
You know what I'm saying?
It was destiny.
Just say you love me more. It's not that hard.
That's
It's really not that hard.
That's it. You know what I mean?
But yeah, you're saying with your eldest brother though.
All right, so
so
basically,
you had
like,
that.
I used to watch my eldest brother, and times were a lot different in the 90s, eh?
That's a
Because
fact. For sure.
man used to make fun of him for playing hockey as a black man. But like,
That's a very
obviously
unique
now
experience.
Obviously, now we're laughing and we're just like, but in 1998 or 1999 or whatever the year is, right? You're a black man playing hockey in the GTA. You're like, yo, you're a white boy, blah blah blah. They're just talking foolishness. They just don't have that knowledge. The fact that they don't even know that
crazy.
black people invented hockey in Nova Scotia and all that other stuff, and they don't even know
the history.
They don't even know that like some of the greatest athletes of all sports are black men. See what I'm saying?
No, they know that, but they don't. It's a difference between knowing something and acknowledging it. I think like a lot of people know about slavery, but they don't want to acknowledge it. A lot of people know about the discrimination that's going on in society, but they don't want to acknowledge it. A lot of people know about the discrepancy between minorities and the way they're treated in immigration, but they don't want to actually acknowledge it.
For sure.
Because acknowledging it means that you actually have to digest that information and then seek to change it. And people, I don't think that's what a lot of people do.
For sure.
So in essence, basically, your brother, regardless of all the other things that he faced,
Mm-hmm.
him moving and him moving to the beat of his own drum is what inspired you to do.
For sure, 100%. Because he still played hockey. You know what I mean?
Love
He
that,
still
man. Love that.
did what he wanted to do. He still listened to the music he wanted to listen to. Still dressed how he wanted to dress. Still hung out with the people he wanted to hang out with. Because he was taught to always go after what he wants. You know what I mean? And I absorbed that as a child. I absorbed, some of the greatest entertainers, and I just seen like the conviction in their eyes when they're pursuing their art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just made sure that anything I do, I'm gonna make sure I do it, and I do it as if nobody's there. That's what, like, a lot of people
Love that,
do things
man.
and they seek validation. They look around.
Yes.
Friendships,
Oh, am I
a lot of
doing it
people,
right?
a lot of people, their friendships end because you didn't validate them. I don't need another man to validate me, fam. I validate myself. The Most High validate me. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the
That's
thing is,
big.
a lot of people do things, but it's one thing to have a persona in front of other people, right? It's another thing when like nobody's watching you, you're still able to perform at that level,
Right.
whatever that may be for you. For you, in this case, it's music. So for you, if you're having that thought process of anything that you're doing it with the same energy as if eyes aren't on you,
Right.
then I can only imagine like your work ethic and everything behind closed doors and what you're really pushing forth.
Right.
So with that, come into Remedy. Because
Hot joint. Hot joint.
Yeah.
Hot.
What
Yeah.
was it that brought up Remedy? What
Bars.
Yo, I'll tell you the
wanna
story
hear
about Remedy
bars?
still. I'll tell you the story still. 'Cause there's a story for that song. As you guys might know, I think you guys already know. You two know. I went to Africa 2 years ago. Went to Benin.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know? I went to Benin, for like 3 weeks.
Benin?
Yeah, I went to
didn't know
Ghana
that.
later in the year.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
I
saying? I
love
went to
that.
Africa twice in 1 year. 2018 was a great year.
That's beautiful, man. Was that a conscious decision?
It was.
or
It was.
like a
So
family?
Benin, basically, my brother lives there, and he has a wife and a child. So we had to meet them. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's
That's where you
dope.
went.
Yeah, he went to Benin.
dope.
Yeah, and he's coming back. He's coming back soon. He'll be back soon. You know.
That's nice.
That's the same one that was
And-
playing hockey.
No. That's my other brother. So the eldest brother is Troy, and my brother here, who I'm talking about, his name's Aaron.
Okay.
I mean, and so one day, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, when you guys travel abroad, and
Can't
you have
wait,
to
man.
like,
Can't wait.
you have to, let's say you're traveling over 12 hours, right? I'm gonna tell you guys, the first flight, sleep. The second flight, stay up, so you meet that time zone. Cause I didn't do that, so I was up all night for like the first 3 days. You know what I mean? So one night I was up, I heard a beat. It wasn't a beat that I ended up using, but like I heard a beat. I kept listening to it. I kept rapping. Remedy, from when I said the dopest dude is back in action on, was all freestyle.
That's crazy.
What?
So yeah, so
Yo, plug, hold on. Plug where people can go listen to that song.
All right.
Like, we're gonna do all your plugs at the end, but
All
they
right.
need to know.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop the video right now. Listen to Remedy. Come back.
TMG Remedy. You go on SoundCloud. You type in Remedy by TMG. That's it.
Yeah.
Feel me?
So that whole
Yeah,
joint
that
was
from that part,
freestyle?
the Molten Hot Lava Bubble, the first four parts of that verse, I wrote on the bus on the way to the studio. But like the middle of that song,
And you were in Africa?
I no. Okay, all right. So let me tell you this. So the middle of that song was a freestyle, and then like I took my phone and the voice recorder and rapped it, and then I wrote it down. The ending and the beginning, I wrote on the way to the studio to record that song. You know what I mean? So I get to the studio. I already had heard the beat because me and my boy were listening to old funk samples and stuff like that. And I ended up going to work, and I was on dish duty, and I listened to this one song from Ohio Players. And I'm like, yo, this is funky as hell. So like I sent it to my boy. We went to the studio. He made that beat in 10 minutes. Like,
Shout out your boy.
yeah.
Right there. Shout out your
Wellington. Wellington on
Wellington
the
on the beat.
That's my dog right there.
Mr. 10 minutes, yo. Do your
Mr.
thing.
10 minutes
Feel
for
that.
sure. And when I yo, much respect.
Disgusting.
When I rapped on that beat, it was just a banger from then. Like I laid the whole thing, and then I didn't even release it right away. We just manifest. We just let that beat just build up, and then when the time was right, we dropped it, and people loved that stuff. And when I performed that song, when I performed that song,
Yeah.
yo, people don't know how to act.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because it's real stuff you're talking about.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you really talking about the remedy. I feel like.
Yeah.
How'd you even come up with the? Did you have the name for that song
Musical
already?
purpose, fam.
So
Already
basically, I won't lie, a lot of my songs, the name comes from like me just rapping. I'll write the title and then I'll write the song. But sometimes I'll write the song and be like, oh, like Gump. Like I could have named it Drifting By, but I have a line where I'm like, run for it like Forrest. That was freestyle. Like that part, like I have on my IGTV, I have the studio process of that.
Right.
I was in the studio. I was just like, when I come, I just like to mumble just to get the bass.
The melodies.
You feel me?
Right,
Just get the bass, and then like that melody of what I was humming, I put words, and then you know what I'm saying, it becomes a track.
The rest
Yeah.
can be.
For sure.
I want to take a step back now,
All right.
cause, and it seems like I'm always trying to step, but
Yeah.
I love going into what made people the way you are, cause I respect you as an artist and what you actually want to say as an artist, because I feel like a lot of people have desaturated, especially in terms of hip hop and rap music,
100%.
what the meaning of this shit really was, and it was to speak for a community in a time where there was a lot of unrest, and it was our one solace where we could express ourselves creatively through audio, you know? So
Sure.
when I see people like you that respect that, I can't wait to big that up, and I can't wait for you to blow the way that I know you are. So my thing is, it sounds like to me, your parents had a huge influence on like
They had a
allowing
large
you to
influence. They
express-
had a large influence on my musical influence.
Speak to that a little bit for me.
Sorry. All right. My mother, like Sade, Anita Baker,
Talk
Yup.
about it, kid.
Earth, Wind and Fire,
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. Aretha Franklin,
Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle,
Erica Badu,
Erica Badu,
Prince, Mike.
Prince.
Michael Jackson.
My mom is hilarious because she used to talk about that damn rap music, you
She
know.
was on the Al Green, Luther Vandross.
but nah, she was on that. You want to know what one of her favorite rap albums was?
What?
Tupac.
P Diddy and the Family. So like stop this. So like there's my mom used to go for grocery runs. Stop. My mom would have an argument about how music is so da da da.
But still.
We go have a grocery run. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. That's it. Like I'll be bumping in the car. I just be looking at her like shaking my head. Then the next song,
Hypocrisy.
Right.
what's that song from Biggie? She's a slut, she's a hoe, she's a freak. Got a dip. No, he a
Every
slut,
girl,
he a
every
hoe.
week.
Yeah, crush on you. You know what I'm saying?
I
She
know.
bump that, and
Yeah.
if you really want to party with me, let me see what you got. You know what I'm saying? She bumped Busta Rhymes,
Wow.
Lil Kim, Biggie.
Lil Kim, Eve.
Yeah, Eve.
Damn.
Like my mom liked hip hop. Ludacris, like my mom liked hip hop. It's just like
she low key hypocrite.
she was she didn't want me to end up like how they ended up. You know what I'm trying to say? So like
That's usually how the parents be, man.
that's why I respect.
Don't do what I say.
Exactly,
Do what I,
exactly.
Or don't do what I do. Do what I say.
Exactly.
Crazy though. Like
Yeah.
you're telling me I'm supposed to look up to you, but then not follow. All right, whatever.
No, that's how it goes though, because
it was difficult.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
gonna
what to
one
do.
day tell my children. Because I won't lie. There's things that I've done in my life I don't want my children to even think about.
for sure.
See what I'm trying to say?
I understand.
Yeah,
the
but you're not-
origins.
I don't know. When it for certain things, I could see why you wouldn't want them to follow suit. But it's like when it comes to music and just finding yourself through music or whatever, because I feel like that's how a lot of millennials or Gen Z kids find them. The first time I ever heard hip hop was, and I might be wrong, but the first time I actually fell in love with hip hop was when No Ceilings came out. When Lil Wayne dropped No
Lil
Ceilings.
Wayne.
Weezy was going hard.
No
I
ceilings,
fell in
motherfucker. Good
love
morning. Dick
instantly.
in your mouth while you yawning. I'm going in.
And
Yo,
like
shout out Weezy.
that moment, I was upset but happy at the same time. I was like, damn, this magical thing called hip hop has been here this whole time, and for the past 10 years, because I was like 9 or 10 when I first listened to, maybe 7 when I first listened to like Lil Wayne, right? And I was like, damn, this thing has been here this whole time, and this whole time I've been listening to Kirk Franklin and fucking Fred Hammond, and while those are amazing musicians, right? It's like I just wish I just wish I was tapped into the lane of hip hop just a little bit more,
Word.
you know,
For real.
So yeah, I just feel like when it comes to don't listen to this type of music because you might end up this type of way. You know, that says a lot about what you think about your kid, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
your kid should have enough sense to know, oh, I don't actually want to kill people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because I listen to people talking about, oh, I'm gonna drill this guy and drill this guy, it doesn't mean I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's just music is it's an expression. So it's like when you say, oh, I don't want you to end up like that, it's like, do you really think I'm stupid? Like, because to this day, I haven't caught no bodies, but I listen to people that have.
Word. And a lot of those guys haven't even caught nobodies. They're just entertainers.
It's entertainment.
Talk about that.
It's entertainment. So,
For real.
Big facts.
you know,
They playing wrestling.
that's just me. As a parent, I'm not
For
gonna
sure.
stop my kids from listening to rap.
Yeah.
It's too great. It's too
I
great.
think it all comes from a place of fear, where it's just like, I know how I've seen, because they've gone through enough life to see how it could go left. How certain people who couldn't control themselves, who may have been good kids or may have been good people, get involved in the wrong crowd, get involved in the wrong type of music, and maybe that was the like catalyst for that sort of behavior to change, and then and after that there was no turning back. So I don't blame them for that, but what I do think is I stopped looking at my parents as perfect people and started looking at them
absolutely.
as human beings. You know what I'm saying? Because they made mistakes, and that's why they're saying what they're saying, or they were the person that made that mistake and felt the repercussions of that, and all the reason they're so passionate about you not listening to that type of music is because they messed around with that music to the point
Took
where
the words out of my mouth still, because I was gonna say that a lot of parents made the mistakes that they don't want you to make. You know, a lot of parents probably listen to certain music or watch certain movies or hung around certain people and decided to do certain things, and they don't want their children to end up doing those types of things. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, that's straight nonfiction, my guy.
straight up.
It's like
I understand what you're saying.
Your kid is gonna most likely do the same shit that you.
Oh,
did.
I'm not saying it's right.
Embedded
I'm not
in the
saying
DNA.
it's right or wrong.
It's gonna happen, bro.
It's a fear though. The parents have a fear.
Of course, of
They're definitely afraid.
So
You know what I mean?
your mom was definitely having that influence. What would you say your dad?
All right, so all that stuff
how excited you got
all
when
that
I
stuff
said-
I just mentioned
Yeah.
is like from my mom. I like talking about dancehall and reggae. We're gonna talk for the entire day. Like,
Just give me the lights and pass
I'm
the
just gonna
job.
say just those generals. You know what I'm saying? All that. Sean Paul. I remember there's these Americans on Twitter talking about, oh, Sean Paul, it wasn't that serious. You're not from Toronto.
Yo, are you
He didn't bump
stupid?
like that?
Yeah, well,
When the man said the
bumping
girl
Sean
them
Paul like
skill
that.
out shit.
Listen, you know what I'm saying?
Chalabal,
Like,
some give it
doing
to, some give it to, some
you
give it
see
to.
that music
to our
video
girls.
for Get Busy? I was that little kid that they kicked out and they brought upstairs. I was that little kid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You remember
dog,
that?
when I tell you much music was the channel, dog. Much music
that
was the channel,
so true.
bro. Like,
When
yo,
the adults are ready to party and the vibes change to like lighter temperature.
yep.
And then it was like, okay, go upstairs and go sleep. I remember that.
You know what I'm saying?
And like peeking down and starting to see a 1, 2, because the lights were off them times. There's basement jam times. You know what I'm saying? So you would just hear the freaking music booming in your room and you'd be like, go.
Yeah, dog. Trust me, dog.
Got you dancing.
Trust me, you been in
Got
your
you
room.
dancing with yourself to "I'm Still There."
Yeah, man.
Doing a little
Trust me.
two-step with
You know
yourself.
what I'm saying? All that. Trust me.
Nah, at that point it was like 5, 10 cent, dollar, 10 cent, dollar,
All that.
Like,
All that. You know what I'm saying?
daga. Like, yo, it
And
was.
for the record, I'm Jamaican and Grenadian. You know what I mean?
Oh,
my
word.
mom's
Just
for
mom's
people that don't
Jamaican
know.
and my dad is from Grenada.
Word.
Oh, for real? I thought your dad was
Yeah.
the Jamaican one.
Nah,
Usually that's how it works.
My
The
mom-
Jamaican be bagging the whatever.
it's funny like that still. I lie.
That's crazy.
So my dad, you know, the music that he put me on to. So, you know, Sade, my mom put me on to the Sade, the Anita Bakers, the Quiet Storms and funk and all that stuff. Yo, my dad put me on to Ray Charles. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My dad put me on to Nora Jones, Stevie Wonder. My dad put me on to like a guy named John Lee Hooker, BB King. I used to see his CDs in the car. You know, I used to take his CDs from him and just listen and just trying to figure out.
From
Like,
a young, what age are you taking those CDs?
And no music.
11. 10, 11.
You were ahead of the game, my G.
Fam, like even before then, like
What?
cause like my dad. Listen,
Everybody's listening to Katy Perry. You want BB King?
Whoever's watching this, who works for Jazz FM 91.1, I will be on that radio station one day,
Talking into existence,
talking
King.
to you guys. Maybe I'll do a jazz fusion record one day.
Facts.
You see,
Talking into existence. King.
before, like, when I was grade 4, grade 5, 2005, I used to just when I was going to bed, I used to just turn that stuff on, and just go to sleep. The radios were the thing. Like before, man had the social media, had the phones. Nowadays, you wake up, you go on your phone, you go on the internet,
thing you see.
and whatever. But
Program yourself, yo.
back in the days, man, them had a radio.
Yep.
And you went back to bed. That's why you can't get sleep anymore. You're on your phone. The light's messing with your eyes. And you're trying to. You're trying
that's
to
a
do
real
something.
thing. There's scientific
Back in the day,
proof
man,
to
them
back
had
that one up.
radios. Man would go on. Man, them just turn the radio to the right volume
Frequencies.
and just go to sleep.
I don't even
93.5, you know what I'm saying? Of course. And 92.5, I give love to them too. You know what I'm saying?
Kiss
But
FM.
What you know about that 93.7? You're right in the middle.
93 sometimes when back in the day it was hard because like the static
was
you know what I'm
going
saying
crazy.
like the static would be crazy dog.
You have to catch a sweet spot. You catch like
Yo,
a stoplight.
trust me.
You catch a stoplight and you be like, you don't even want to move from that
Trust
stoplight.
me. 103, 104. There's some radio stations you go
What
right
you know
to
about
the end.
98.1 CHFR?
Every now
What
and
you
then.
know about that?
Every
With
now
John
and then.
Tesh.
Every now and then I'll be
Talking-
listening to some stuff. Yo, what you guys know about 97.3? Yo, Toronto's easy rock, dog.
97.3,
Yo,
that's
trust
what
me,
we're
fam.
doing.
Man, you know
That's
what I'm
what
saying?
we're doing.
Yeah, but
That's crazy.
I would say the best radio station hands down now for the GTA 98.7 all day. Every day.
Hands
You know what I'm
down.
saying?
I feel that.
All day, every
man.
day.
They keep it up with the culture for real.
They keep it
from,
up for real.
From,
For real.
from like dancehall, from new reggae artists to old to like
Everybody gets their shine.
trap
Exactly.
to hip hop. Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
And on Sunday they're playing the gospel. The gospel.
It's not even just that. It's also that they give like home talent their time to shine.
And that's what I read about them the most.
Exactly.
They really do give
Not
back
just
to that.
catering to the American audience. It's here as well.
For sure.
I have a question.
Yeah, man.
So since we're already on the topic of music, I want to know, how do you formulate your songs? Like, what do you start with? What do you start with?
Damn. Yo.
You know, the melodies? Do you start
Like,
with,
you know what's crazy?
what's going on over there?
I don't have one way of making music. I have like whatever I feel like doing. So
Whatever the vibe is.
yeah, so basically, yo, back in the day, I was like an English professor, yo. Like
I get that vibe that you was just a reading man.
yo, when I was younger, like when I first started rapping, no beat, nothing.
Acapella.
Yo, I'll just take the notebook and just start writing. And writing and writing.
80-page
writing.
notebook with the rings on the side.
The Hilroy. Shout out to the Hilroy.
Hilroy.
Just
What
be
y'all
writing.
know about that Hilroy?
I just be
First
writing.
writing pads. I'm not
Facts.
gonna lie.
And like,
Facts.
you know,
Should have been
as
doing my biology
rappers,
homework.
when they write bars, they make sure every single line at the ending of every bar, every line rhymes together. That's what makes bars, right? Before I didn't know that, so I just write.
Like
And
poetry.
I put commas and periods to know where to stop and shit like that. But nah. When I learned how to, because I went on Google. Like a lot of rappers be like, "Yo, how do you rap? How do you write?"
So when
How
were
do
you writing it?
do
When did you transition to writing it down?
like that, or just to start writing in general?
Okay, let's do when did you start writing and when did you transition into what you're saying.
All right. So I started, the first time I ever wrote a rap song, I was 9 years old.
Early doors.
I wrote something, I forget what I was bumping, but I was bumping like some like,
Andre 3000.
nah, not even. You know what I was bumping at the time?
Some
I was
rock.
bumping those rappers, like Chingy, like one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? It was like
snap.
Chingy, friggin'
The South.
Jaquan. You remember them times?
Tipsy, man.
I
I remember Chingy. I don't remember.
This guy was bumping clips.
Yeah, like I was bumping that type of stuff at the time. But you know what's funny though? Not to go off top. It's not really off topic. But my first ever rap album that I've ever bought, not with my money, but like I told my dad to get for me, was the documentary from the game.
Word.
That was the very first album.
That was a lot of people's first.
And the funny part of that story,
Yeah.
my dad made me get the clean version. Like, my dad's seeing this right now.
I
He made me get the clean version.
I read it.
I didn't know what the game was talking about until I was like 14 years old.
So you were just saying it in the clean.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like I was rapping the clean stuff because I didn't know what he was talking about.
I heard freaking from the sweat drip down my balls, all these females crawl, all ski, and I learned what ski was.
Yo, I didn't know what ski was until I was like 13.
I thought it was just me.
Real shit.
I thought that was just an ad lib.
Nah, real shit.
I thought ski was just something that they say like, yeah. I was like, ski.
I didn't know he was talking about.
I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
Come on, mama probably gonna look at this one day, but
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
We didn't know.
You know.
A lot of
and if you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, like a lot of the guys that we were making music, music is so different when we were growing up. Because nowadays you have rappers like, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B, where it's like the kids are saying wet ass pussy. Like they
I don't prescribe to that.
7 years old.
Lil Kim and Eve were going crazy back in the day.
but back in the day, the censorship.
Lil Kim knew exactly what the guys wanted.
Nah, but
she was talking about heads.
Yo,
I'm saying
balls.
the censorship was different back in the day.
Was different. There
Yo.
was an option.
Yeah.
Now you go on TikTok, the whole song is there.
No,
and you see
I
these
don't think
little
it's-
girls
And when you go on
doing this,
Spotify and when you go on Apple Music, when you go buy the album, back in the day, when you used to go buy an album, not everybody bought albums.
Yeah.
A lot of
If you didn't have the
when
record.
I say, not obviously people bought albums, but what I'm saying is a large mass of people listen to the radios, listen to the cars bumping the songs, watch the music
Radios
videos
had a lot
on
of
TV.
control back then.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So they don't have that much control now.
Record
because
labels
the internet
too.
is
Crazy.
There's not a lot of censorship on the internet now. So back in the days when Lil Kim is like saying so, like, okay, no, I can't use Lil Kim. When DMX
Because Lil Kim was wilding.
Yeah.
no, not even. Because the reason why I don't want to say Lil Kim is because her like, you know how back in the day when they had when they blocked the curses, they use other sounds or whatever.
Yeah.
So
they use
DMX,
the
so
Biggie songs
DMX
will never be the same to me.
DMX back in the day, like, party up in there. Oh, the men's up in the other jail, suck my dick. But like back in the day, all the men's up in the other jail, suck my woo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or they be like, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's different. Yo, you don't hear rap songs like that no more. Yo, rap songs, you just hear silence in that part. You don't like, they used to fill stuff. They used to be creative. Yeah.
Because they would get the,
Oh my God.
they would get the rapper, to do other ad libs to try to like cover it up.
Exactly. Dog, Eminem.
That's a
Like,
fact.
my name is like Slim Shady. The man
He's going
said
crazy.
extraterrestrials running over pedestrians in a spacesuit while they yelling at me, let's just be friends. Dog, he had to, bro, like the original was extraterrestrial raping lesbians while they screaming, let's be friends. So they couldn't let that man get away with that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So like censorship was a lot different back in the day.
That's a fact.
Nowadays they
Hearing
either
that,
play your song or they don't play your song. Straight up, straight.
No, I feel that, and I think a key point to what you're saying is record labels, radios had a lot more power
Exactly.
to say what goes and what's hot and what's not. Independent artists, the internet kind of took that whole blockade away.
Yeah.
So now it's more so like if your shit goes hot, like now you have people creating content for social media. Take that in. That's a foreign concept. If you talk to
sure.
someone a decade ago talking about you're gonna make a song go like I look at K-Camp.
Yeah.
Like he's a type of man that will make a tune. Like I think he's a dope artist.
For sure.
You know what I mean? But I also know that he's taking advantage of the algorithms
Playing the game.
and playing the game. Like that lottery joint that came out, I think that was Renegade, no?
It's called Lottery, but
Lottery.
They call it Renegade.
Yeah, that was a whole thing that he did on TikTok. And when we see, as much as I love my boy Drake, the Tusi Slide thing was a definite gimmick. Like, it's definitely something I don't like to really focus on because that was a definite play for trying to take advantage of the social media game and making something go pop from there.
Yo, this is Drake's game right now.
Oh my God, it's his game to
Straight
lose.
up.
It's his game to lose.
Straight up.
And I think the reason why that was the thing was because the music business is literally like 70% business and 30% music. Like music is not really that.
It's not really integrity based.
Yeah. So it's like back then the reason why people were the censorship was so different is because we didn't have the internet. So the radio was quite literally the only way to get hot. Now you could start a TuneCore, you can start a SoundCloud, you can get it popping on your own. You don't need record labels. Back then, it's like, yo, if you don't get on the radio, you're just not it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's like
nothing.
And then take it back 30 years ago. You're talking about like 80s, 70s, bro. If you didn't have a record deal behind you, or like that's when
Nothing at all.
like look at all the like what's the Bobby Brown group? New Edition.
New Edition.
Yeah.
Think about them. Think about Ray Charles. Think about all the people that didn't have control over their masters. Boys to Men. Like people that are still not getting money that they deserve from back in the day, signing contracts that they didn't really know the whole 9 yards about. Like I think about back in the disco times, like back in the 70s, like that was a serious problem, especially with aspiring black artists, because there was so much discrepancy to even get them on the radio. Like no one wants to hear that hip hop shit, or no one wants to hear any of that. So to even get their foot in the door was a challenge. Now you gotta convince them to even take a chance on you, and when they do, they're giving you a 2-bit contract where they're taking 90% of the profits.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a 10%. That's literally what it is. Oh wait, hold on. So we got into it. We found out that when it comes to the first time you ever put pen to paper, you're about 9 years old.
About 9 years old.
So like when it comes to when you started lacing these bars together, it's probably like around 13, 14.
Yeah, cause I'll tell you, I'll finish the story.
Oh yeah, we didn't even finish the story.
Like, I'm gonna summarize. You know what I mean? So when I was 9,
No, take your time, fam.
take my time.
Take your time. Take your time.
I,
got
you know what I'm
some
saying?
time.
Like when I was 9 years old, I wrote something. I looked at it and I'm like, nah, this is garbage. So for like,
that critical at 9 years old?
Yeah.
I was like, you be over here like, nah, that outfit whack, bro.
Nah.
You went with the SpongeBob top with the loafers?
You know what I'm saying? You need friends like that. You know what I mean? You need friends that just show you, cause yo, I was never like that. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn to be like that.
Go on with it.
Oh yeah. So basically, I stopped for like 2 years. You know what I mean? And then
I already took a break at 9 years old.
I was listening to the documentary Late Registration.
Woo!
And I was listening to
Graduation?
like yeah, you know, as the years went by, right? There's another hip hop album I was listening to. It wasn't like, okay, I'll just say those two for now, because those are the two main hip hop albums that I was listening to. The Game and Kanye West are like the rappers that opened up this thing for me where I wanted to be a rapper. Straight.
Word.
You know what I mean? Because the Game, it was something about the Game, like, yo, like not even How We Do and Hate It or Love It. I'm talking like I Don't Need Your Love,
Deep cuts.
Running, you know what I'm saying?
Deep cuts.
Like, oh my God, like Father Like Son. I thought at 10 years old to have a child, and I was 10.
Yeah,
I was 10 years old.
I listened to that song. I'm like, I want to have a kid.
1, 2.
That's problematic. 4.
Yo, he was going in.
And then when the song was done, I came right back to my senses. I'm like,
Oh, for sure.
What are you talking about?
For sure.
That just goes to show the influence of music.
Yeah, the influence of music is
Huge.
out of this world. I started smoking weed because of Joey Badass. Straight up and down.
Damn.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had smoked a few times in high school, but like when he said, puffing on that eucalyptus and you can lift this, stick it between your lip tick. If you like uses like Joey Badass.
This guy took that high school song a little bit too serious.
Like he was going in.
Yo went to high school. I went to school high.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, Joey.
Niggas don't know about that Joey.
Joey back in the okay.
1999?
That was one of the
1999
best
was my intro to hip
I
hop.
have to say it though, like when it comes
Right.
to
That's a classic.
flow as well,
Bro, I'd buy that on
flow
vinyl.
is like Joey Badass. Like,
No, you can see the influence.
But you know what's crazy about this, man?
You can kind of look like him
I'll
if you
be
look
1,000.
just a little bit.
Yo, I
Just
used
a
to
little
say that because like, he made me want to dread my hair, dog. Like when I meet Joey one day, it's funny because him and I are the same age. So
Word?
him and I are the same age. But when I meet him one day, I'm gonna show him like, yo, dog. Honestly, I relate with you so much because like I don't want people to think that I listen to Joey Badass and try to copy his style.
No,
You know what I'm saying? No, because I shouldn't worry about people, right? Of course, right?
Fuck 'em.
But when I look at Joey, I see myself because when we were little children, we used to listen to the same music and we had like similar stories, even down to suicides. Remember all the
with R.I.P. Capital Steez.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the suicides at Sandalwood. So I related to that.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Sandalwood Heights alumni.
Like, when I see him, it's like I related to a lot of things that you spoke about in the music and that I've seen in interviews, and I studied him. So like
And this is high school, so how old are you now?
17, 18 years old. Until literally now, like
He's still growing and
you know what I'm
evolving.
saying? Yeah. And but to get back on topic,
Right, so you're writing. You took the 2-year hiatus.
when I was 11 in 2006,
2006. Good year. Soldier
on the radio,
Definitely.
all you hear is "Do your chain hang low, do it bubble to the low." I wrote a rap to that. I showed my friend. He's like, "Yo, that sucks." And I stopped again.
Your crew was dangerous.
I stopped again.
Like that.
No, for
Yeah,
real.
you do still. So I stopped again. We had a couple things, yo.
You didn't even go back rewrite. You're like,
we had a couple.
Oh, I retire at 17.
My second
You know what I'm
retirement.
We had a
I'll peep
couple.
y'all later.
In school, it's funny. In school, I had a couple classes where they taught us how to write raps and how to scratch records and all that other shit. Oh,
really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm very fortunate. No. This is
about to say.
I went to Springdale
Okay.
and then I went to
Shout out.
Lougheed.
So the
basically-
man said, "Yo, that's not it."
Yeah, that's
He took
not
a
it.
break.
So yo, like my favorite rapper of all time. I think you guys might know who it is. Like
Can we
my
guess?
favorite rapper ever. Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
not Joey.
Rock him.
He's one of them. Rakim's one of them. But like my favorite rapper, human being living of all time.
Is he still alive?
No.
He's not alive. All right, go. He's not alive.
Fuck, I don't want to say Pop. I don't. Nah.
That's what it is though.
Oh shit.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't want to.
Yo,
Okay.
dog.
I thought it was Pun or somebody. I'm like, yo, it has to be like a.
You see, Elon Musk. If you ever create a time machine, I'm the first person that you need to run the test on. Just go back
Get that
to
nigga.
1990. Go to 93 when he dropped "I Get Around" and "Strictly for My Niggas."
I get around.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Go back to 93.
That was a bop.
You know what I mean?
That was a bop.
Yo,
Go back to 93.
I'm about to play that after we finish pod today.
But
Like,
Tupac is my favorite human being in existence. Right.
what is it about?
So basically what happened was I started listening to Me Against the World. I started listening to All Eyes on Me. I started listening to the Machiavelli album. I started listening, well, like not started. I can't say started because I started listening to Tupac when I was a child. And that's so funny. Everybody in my family's trying to tell me not to listen to all this music, but Tupac was very conscious. Other than the stuff he tried to sell, but he needed to make money, and he knew that your way in the game is to make these
You know how that goes.
people mad.
give a little, take a little.
Yeah, and you gotta tease people. So I listened to like those albums and that time. I'm like, yo, these guys say I'm shit. I think I'm shit. You know what? I'm gonna study. I'm gonna show these guys. So like,
You're thinking this at 9 and 11, my
yeah,
G?
like yo, when I was from 11 to 12 years old, all I did was listen to Tupac, bro. My brother, that's his favorite rapper. So when he was listening to Tupac in the basement, I'd go down the basement, listen to him. He'd want me to go upstairs. I'm like, nah, I want to hear this. One day I made sure to sit down with him. I watched Juice. You know what I'm saying? I watched Tupac Resurrection. I made sure to figure out how to become one of the elite MCs in existence. And I kept studying. I used to go to school and rap Tupac lyrics. These little niggas don't know nothing about Tupac, so I'll just lie and be like, yo, those are my lyrics.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
One time, clap it up for the king.
You know what I'm saying? Yes,
not
I'm out
mad
here
at you.
biting, yo. I was biting hella lyrics when I was young. There's another group, Dead Prez. I want you guys to look them up.
Dead presidents.
Dead Prez. That's another group. I bit their lyrics.
But you
Because,
weren't the
yo.
only one. Every kid in like what was that, middle school?
Yeah, so this is
every kid in
before
middle
high
school.
school.
Yeah,
we
every
were
kid in
all
middle school
biting
doing
every
that.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Because, yo, I used to have rap battles with man. I remember a man said, make your hoes wobble like a bridge in an earthquake. I'm like, that's Drake, dog. Yo, man thought he was sick. Yo, I remember that. I was on a school, I was on a bus.
What was he wearing?
You know
What was he
I'm saying?
wearing?
What was
Please,
he, the guy, what was he wearing?
What was he wearing?
He's wearing a plain white shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I don't really
I thought he had the True Religions on or something.
Nah. The Truies was 2012 for me when Chief Keef was doing this thing, you know? Telling a man to go suck his mother is not putting him in danger, fam.
immediate danger.
That is him acting like a pussy because he knows that at the end of the day, he's gonna find that little piece of whatever insecurity in you, because that's an insecurity, fam.
Insecurity,
Dog,
for
when a
real.
man
Self-esteem.
disrespects, when a man talks
insecurity.
shit about you, you have to laugh, bro. He's like, okay, fine, sure.
What would you say now? Somewhat of projection.
That's exactly what it is. It's a projection. Because people, when I mean people, all four of us in this room and people outside this world, we project. Because, yo, fam, look at our eyes. Like, literally, when we look at things, we talk about what we see. Because that's, you know what I'm saying? Projection. We're, like, we give, you feel me, right? So, by nature, we project. But there's people who get scared, so they project how they feel onto you.
Yeah.
Like, there's people that will do something to you and say you did it because they don't want to take responsibility for what they did.
Wow.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Wow.
And what I will say is for people like that and us four in here, before we call out people or before we say someone is this, that, whatever, what are we, bro?
Gotta look inwards.
Like,
and
what
that's
are
been
we?
a through line.
Yeah, bro.
That's been a through line to the past couple podcasts. It's like looking within inward at yourself, because you can't really talk about what another man's going through until you know your own
You
demons.
see what I'm saying? That's some real shit.
And what you're talking about is more so coming from an area of morality, but that takes a heightened sense of spirituality as well.
For sure.
Tattoo on your right arm.
Oh, which one?
So like that one right there.
This one here?
Yeah. So what's going on with that?
Alright.
I don't know if the camera can pick
can't
that.
even.
I don't know. You can stand up and show them what's going on if you want. Yeah, sure. Show them what's going on. Because that's your tattoo right there. And we still need to figure out the writing thing, because we haven't gotten to that. Oh no.
This is pronounced Jingyome. It sounds Asian, but it's from Ghana. And
I was about to say.
represents the omnipotence of God.
Take a seat.
It represents. Oh,
Take a seat so the people can hear
I
you.
can hear you. So you said that
That
it's
sounds
called
important.
It's called Jingyome.
Okay.
And it represents the omnipotence of God. They have a saying for this. Everything except God. So basically, everything has imperfections except the Most High. You feel me? So basically, they're giving their love and respect to whatever, because we all have our own opinions and thoughts of what brought us to existence, and that's fine. We need as at the end of the day, the world is moving how it's moving, and at the end of the day, you have to pay respect and love to whatever it is that brought you here. If you think it's God,
Facts.
whatever name you want to put on it,
Facts.
it's all the same thing, man. At the end of the day, there's one source that brought everything here.
a higher
We
power.
all have different names, different stories, different books, different translations, because we don't speak the same language.
Right.
Right? So I put this on my arm. This is the first tattoo I ever got in my life.
Okay.
So I got this last August. And then when they say, like, I never wanted to get tattoos my whole life. I thought about it. I got this tattoo. They say when you get tattoos, you want more. I'm like, nah, that's not true. And I got 4 more. So, yeah.
That's how it is.
I got this right here, Perseverance.
You can show them off if you want. Shout out the artist if you want. I don't know if it's all the same person.
Tut.
Tats out there in Western Road and Fish.
Drop the IG if they have it.
I have one on my bicep. represents. It's like angelic number. I can't show all the tattoos right now, but angelic
fine.
numbers. So it represents change, travel, freedom, and growth.
What numbers are they?
Right? 555.
5.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And,
so dabble in certain things like you're thinking about like higher frequencies.
Yeah, I try my best, so to be
Because, I mean,
honest.
at the end of the day, you're in music. So when it comes to certain things in terms of frequencies and what they do and what they represent, that would have a bigger meaning to you
impact.
because that's definitely a part of your life.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, now if I finally get my moment because I have to run out real quick and I want to.
I think this is gonna be the part I want to hear what you're doing with music, and then what's the next step with you.
What's the management going on with?
Okay, so
then,
basically, I'm looking for management right now. And I had a phone call with a person.
Yeah,
We don't have to talk about it. We're
So
talking
we'll
about
have to,
detail.
No names.
Details.
No names, no details too much, but
Facts.
Saying I get that EP or album real quick.
so that
Yeah, what's
EP album,
He touched the mic.
you're getting 2 of those in 2021. So that's all I'm
Talk
gonna
about
say.
it.
2021 is getting
Can
2
we
of
get a
those.
date officially? Or
All I want to say is, in my head, I have February and September.
is that a North Lab exclusive?
But yeah, that's
Is
exclusive.
that that's a second North Lab
You know what I'm
exclusive?
saying? We got,
Shit.
what was the first one?
It was Remy Ray when he
Ray.
told
Okay,
us he
yeah,
was
Remy
doing
Ray
a
told us.
track
Shout
with
out Remy Ray.
Cameroon native Days B.
Let's be.
Okay, that's what's up. February and September is what I have in my brain for the releases.
Wow. We gonna hold you to that. You know that, right?
Yo, hold me to that still for sure.
definitely
'cause
gonna hold you to
I'm applying pressure in the studio, so hold me to that.
If you come back February and you don't have it,
no, we're gonna have something February and September.
I love that
You know what I'm
energy.
saying?
I
And
love
just
that
know that
energy.
we're gonna have 2 projects 2021 because I'm not playing around. You saw the pictures I showed you earlier.
This
I'm not joking.
nigga
I'm not joking.
here,
I'm not joking. around.
this man
I'm gonna show you
here,
right now. I'm gonna turn on my phone.
Marco
I
style.
turned off the phone because but I'm gonna show you.
Yo, the man was looking dapper. Like it wasn't like to call him looking good was an understatement. Still,
Word, eh?
I'm looking at the time right now, fellas. I have to run out real quick.
All right,
All good, bro.
Y'all gonna have to finish without me, but you know,
No hail ups. I'll give you a hug still. No cap.
that's what's up.
done.
Blessing me.
We're about to go into the last portion.